If you need a little bit of relaxation and you want to come along for the ride and learn what an Upaguru is, this would be the yoga class for you. Grab a blanket, you're going to need it. Welcome to Gentle Restorative. My name is Sandra. Close your eyes. Give me a deep, slow inhale. And a very soothing exhale. And then just allowing the breath to be what it wants as you begin to kind of draw your energy in towards yourself. So that this is very restorative. We're not expending energy. We're going to collect any remaining energy we have, and we're going to hold it dear. And so allow the breath to be nurturing. And as you turn inward, I want you to listen very carefully to the body, to see if the body has any messages for you. Remember, we've talked before about a Sanskrit word, which is Upaguru, which means the teacher nearest to you or the teacher next to you. How much closer can the physical body get to you, your Atman? So I want you to just keep the eyes closed. Focus within, stay rooted or grounded, but listen to what the body is telling you right now. And so I'm sure that we're all hearing something probably pretty different from each other. But I want you to know that whatever you picked up on is that teacher next to you. So that's the learning lesson. And I want you to somehow work that into your intention. So inhale, take the arms up, bring the palms together, and release them home to the heart. And whatever you picked up on, whatever you heard, work that into the intention as either like a mantra or a learning lesson. And then release the hands. I think these cues that we pick up on, these messages that we hear, and sometimes those messages might make you think, I am talking to myself in my head. Well, perhaps, but that is what it feels like, right? And so what I felt my body telling me, what I heard was, you keep on moving. You keep on moving. And so I'm going to use that in my practice on the mat with you, for me personally, as a reminder that the days aren't going to go as we ever perhaps expect. They're certainly not going to go the way we would ideally hope they go if we wrote it down on paper. And so when life throws you one of those upagurus, then we put one foot in front of the other and we keep on going. And why do we do that? Because I ask you, what's the option? Yeah. So think about what you picked up on, and let's go ahead and grab your bolster or pillow, put it behind you on the mat. We're just going to lay back in Shavasana for a moment. When you get there, give me a deep inhale and hold it. And then a big cleansing exhale. Let's go ahead and plant the feet on the mat. Knees are hip distance apart. And then we're going to come into our supine pigeon. So right ankle right up on top of that left thigh. Flex the foot, push the knee away from you. And then I want you just to pause there. See if the hips feel level on the earth. Option A, stay right here. Option B, draw the legs in towards you. Grab on wherever you want. So I took the left hand behind my left thigh and I'm pulling. I'm using the right hand on the inner right knee and I'm gently pushing. So I don't know what your Upaguru is telling you. Mine is saying you haven't done this pose in a while. I can really feel that in the right glute. So send your breath to where you feel the stretch. And on an exhale, gently let go. Set both feet back down. Pause here. Close your eyes. Deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. All right, other side. Set up the alignment first. Don't forget to push that left knee out. And then I want you to level out the hips. You can stay right here or go ahead and pull that right leg in. And keep breathing. Deep breath in. As you exhale, release the feet back to the earth. Let the knees fall together and just pause right here. And then hug the knees into the heart. Apanasana. You can rock this out if you want to. You could flex the feet, alternate pointing. You could do one foot one way and the other the other. The other. Well, that somehow made sense in my head. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and roll off to a side and push your way up. We're looking for our strap. So let's go ahead and put a loop in the strap. If you don't have a strap, don't worry about it. You can still do this pose. If you're not sure how to put a loop in your strap, by the way, flat end goes through both loops, come back over the first one, and then under through the second one, and then you can tighten. All right. So I'm going to turn my bolster the other way, vertically behind me. Then go ahead and put the strap right over my head. Keep that buckle within reach so that we can tighten or loosen as need be. All right, I'm going to sit back towards my bolster. If you have some other props nearby, perhaps you would enjoy using them. 2 blocks would be, I guess, ideal if there's an ideal. If you only have 1 block, you can use 1 block and use your blanket for the other side, whatever you have nearby. So we're going to take the legs into Baddha Konasana, cobbler, right? Soles of the feet together. I'll turn this way for a moment. And then those props are going underneath the knees. What you're doing is taking the strap out in front of you, not the buckle right out in front of you. Have that off to the side. Drop the far end of the strap underneath the feet. Okay, so it's over the thighs, under the feet. Now I'm going to start tightening. And keep in mind that eventually we're going to lay back on that bolster. And so if you tighten it right now as hard as you possibly can take it, it's going to get even tighter when you go to lay back. So give yourself a little bit of leeway. If your legs are okay here and you don't need props underneath, I'm fine with that, but know that that's an option. All right, I'm gonna do a little graceful turn. That wasn't graceful. I want you to make sure that the strap behind you is underneath the hip bones. It's gonna want to ride up to the low back, right? Shimmy it down. Make sure you're happy here, and then go ahead and slowly lay back. So if you get here and you think this is too tight, pull yourself back up, loosen the strap, or vice versa. If it's too loose, you can reach down and tighten that. Now focus on the heart and breathe into the heart space. So one of the things I like about the concept of the Upaguru is that we can both see the same thing or experience the same thing and consider that our Upaguru, but take two different meanings away from the experience. So let's focus on the strap, for instance. Some of you might not enjoy the tightness of the strap, and perhaps your mind is being drawn there like, oh, can't wait till this pose is over. I don't like feeling like I'm bound, right? So if we take that attitude or that perspective and then we consider that the strap is a teacher, how could we interpret that as a learning lesson? So you might say, well, it's to teach me patience, acceptance of something or someone in my environment that maybe doesn't thrill me. What if you're really happy about the strap in this pose? Well, maybe the learning lesson is, or at least I'll tell you what I was thinking, what I was feeling, is that there's always something or someone around to support you and hold you up. It might not always feel that way, but if we look hard enough, there's somebody around who offers us support. And I feel like in this pose, the strap is very supportive. It wants to help me hold my legs in place so that I don't have to do as much work. So I'm curious if you had a completely different perspective, and I want you to think about that, and how would you reframe it so that it's a learning lesson from your Upaguru? On your next inhale, let's stretch the arms way overhead. Keep the arms overhead, but continue to breathe. And then when you get to your next exhale, let's bring the arms back up above us, but take the right arm across the heart and stretch it out. When you're ready, switch arms. And then release the arms, but I'm going to reach down to grab onto the strap. If you can't reach the strap, it's okay. You can plant your hands on the ground. It's no big deal. But I'm going to use it, I'm kind of cheating, to pull myself up. I'm pulling with my head first. So I've lifted my head and shoulders. And I might even drop one hand down to protect my low back. so that I can sit back up here. And I'm loosening the strap. I'm not going to take it off. I'm not going to undo it. I just want to make this loop quite a bit bigger so that I can stretch out my legs. I'm still going to drop that strap down below my hips, and then I'm tightening. So let's try to get the strap right around the ball of the feet, because that is going to enable the strap to do all the work for you, right? I'm not actually purposely flexing my feet. The strap's doing it for me. So here's the support, and it's helping me out. So I would have that pretty tight so it feels supportive to you. If you don't like having your legs straight, you still could add something underneath the knees like your blanket. All right, Dandasana, sit up tall. And then I want you to lengthen again here, and then just hinge forward an inch or two. Keep lengthening the back. So it's as though someone's grabbed the top of your hair and they're pulling upwards, sort of lengthening the crown. Just a couple inches. Hold it right here and breathe. Come on down one more inch. Listening to the messages of the body, listening to the breath. This is it. We're staying right here. So enjoy. Just a slight hinge forward. If you want to, you could take your arms behind you. If they're not supporting you, take your arms behind you into Yoga Mudra and really draw those shoulder blades in together. You could play around with lifting the arms a little bit. You could go side to side. So do whatever movement you want to. The body is the teacher, so follow what it feels like it wants you to do. And then you can release the arms if you took them behind you. Go ahead and start to bend the knees. Release the strap. Set it off to the side. Perfect. Go ahead when you're ready. Move that bolster too. Flip on over into table for a moment. Rock this out from side to side. And then when you're ready, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more. And then from here, from cat, I'm just going to push back into child's pose. All right. While you're in child's pose, this is what I want you to think about. I'm going to give you the next minute, maybe minute and a half. I don't know. I'll watch my clock to do whatever you want to do. We're going to keep this ultra restorative. So we're heading into a Shavasana pose for pretty much the duration. While we do some yoga nidra, we do a little bit of guided meditation. So if any part of the body wants to work it out on the mat, this is your time to do you. I'll do me, you do you. We'll meet back in about a minute and a half, I'll watch my clock. I'll tell you when. But go ahead and, you know what? If you want to stay in child's pose too, entertain that as what your body is asking from you. Elizabeth Goodman wrote, "Sometimes we meet a stranger just for a moment, but the stranger in that moment exhibits such grace that the stranger is one of our teachers for life. It is by being open and spacious that we get the opportunity to recognize those who have just one perfect teaching for us. When we're closed off, we can miss both teachers and the teachings." All right, wherever you're at on the mat, I want you to start to come back to stillness. We're going to set up our mat for Shavasana. Have a blanket to cover up with. I want you to stay warm. However you use your props right now is totally up to you. I just want you comfortable, happy, content, smiling, warm, supported. The one thing while you're getting all set up that I wanted to say about Upagurus, but more teachings and lessons in general, because this has been coming up a lot in my world lately, is you don't have to like the look of your teacher. And I don't mean that as a person. It could be an object, but let's talk about the package. You don't have to like the look of the package, and you don't have to like the lesson. You do need to be receptive to the message and the learning. Otherwise, we miss out. If our judgment or our bias creates walls around us and we're like, yeah, nope, I was looking for a pink box. I'm not dealing with the red one. Red's not my thing. Then I build these walls against whatever the teaching was supposed to be. So this topic has a lot to do with staying open-minded and staying receptive and being curious about the message and what you could possibly take away from it. So following that up, Christopher Page wrote, "The Upaguru means that whatever is happening in my life at the moment can be my teacher if I'm able to open to the lessons my circumstances have to offer." So let's pause for a moment and let's see if, let's say you started this class and you're thinking, I didn't want it to be so restorative. I really wanted to move. I didn't feel like I got that opportunity. And now here we are in Shavasana. So maybe this yoga class isn't wrapped up the way you thought it was going to be, but I challenge you to stay still, stay in Shavasana, and jump along onto this journey with me to see what you can take away. And that's just an example. Maybe you're like jumping around throwing cheers right now that it's all restorative. So find what you can in the learning here and close your eyes. Give me a deep inhale. Cleansing exhale. Let the body settle. Again, just kind of do a scan. Make sure the body is happy. Make sure you're warm, you're comfortable. If there's anything you want to add or detract, this would be the time to do it. And then I'd like you to take your focus to the entire length of the back body. I just want you to feel every part of the body that is touching the earth or is resting on a prop. I want you to feel that. I want you to acknowledge it. Take in the details. So in other words, are you on a hard floor? Are you on carpet? Is the floor cold? Is your yoga mat nice and warm? Can you feel the rubber texture of your yoga mat? Can you feel the blanket or the clothes you're wearing? So keep going with the details. Notice how heavy the body feels as you relax it and allow it to sink down towards the earth. But then I always love to imagine that it's the earth that comes and rises up to support the body. And there is that lesson again of being supported. Even when we can't see someone near us, we think we're alone, there is always something supporting us. And if that's the earth, it's the earth. Another deep inhale. Peaceful exhale. Allowing the body to grow heavier, relinquishing the weight of the physical body to the vibration of the earth that rises to support you. Fabulous. Now shift your focus to the entire front side of the body. From the top of the head all the way down to the toes, the front side of the body. So what I'm looking for here is for you to focus in on all of the front parts of the body that are exposed to the air. Can you feel the air? If you're enveloped in a blanket, maybe you just feel the air on your cheeks, on your nose, your feet. And so, unlike the ground rising up, I don't want you to imagine that the air is above you pushing down. That would feel very suffocating. What I do want you to imagine is how peacefully and gentle the air movement flows around you. It doesn't try to go through you. It's not pushing you. It subtly travels over the body and perhaps spills down on the other side. So there's support from this air element. And what is associated with the air element? Yes, I heard someone yell it, the breath. So focus back to the breath as well. Breathing in the air that's flowing around you and letting it go. And then I want you to shift your focus to the heart chakra, to the heart space. I want you to imagine that the more still you become, the quieter you become, the more clearly you can hear the intentions of the heart. What is it saying to you? Deep inhale. Peaceful exhale. Now take the focus up into the throat chakra. So this is the energy center of communication. I asked you to listen to what the heart had to say. But that throat chakra, it's right in the middle of the heart and the mind. Sometimes the mind says something quite a bit different than the heart. So I really want you to breathe into the throat chakra space, giving it almost your support to feel confident to verbalize what the heart wants to emit. That's going to take inner strength. It's going to take self-compassion. You have to put self-judgment aside, and you have to feel strength and empowered that I can speak from the heart. Deep inhale, slow exhale. So I'm not going to make this a structured traditional yoga nidra. I'm going to take some of the philosophies, the ideas from it, and we're going to jump all around the body. We're going to jump in and out of images and scenery. So do your best to stay with me. And if you find that your mind lingers somewhere, when you notice that, just pull it back. I'd love for you to take your focus to the abdomen. Inhale, feel the rise of the abdomen and the stomach. Exhale, let it gently fall. Take your focus to the throat chakra. Breathing in and breathing out. Take your focus to your face. I want you to soften the muscles in the face. This is one of my favorite parts, as well as recognizing that you can soften the space behind the eyes. And to me, oh, that feels so good, especially if you're on the computer all day. So soften the space behind the eyes. Soften the cheeks, the forehead. Soften the mouth, the jaw, the tongue, the temples. Relax the ears. Conscious inhale. Conscious exhale. Take your focus into both legs at the same time and let them be free. What do I mean by that? Let the feet fall open if they want to. Let go of the muscles so that the legs feel heavier and heavier. You're breathing in relaxation. You're breathing in slumber. We can get ready for bed here, right? Exhale the day. Let it go. Take your focus into your feet. I want you to be, this may sound obvious, but I want you to be aware that the soles of the feet are not on the ground, unless you have your knees bent. But if your legs are straight, the soles of the feet are not touching the earth. It is as though we've halted our forward movement for a moment, offering ourselves this moment in time to stay still, to relax, to be filled with restoration with each breath, and allowing ourselves to let go, and in doing so, let in. I want you to take your focus into the shoulders. Go ahead and move the shoulders around or pull them up toward the ears for a moment and then let them go. In fact, let them go further away from the ears than when you first started moving them. Creating space. Space from which you can breathe. So, breathing in from the shoulders, maybe the shoulder blades, and exhaling from there. Breathing in hope and peace, exhaling stress, concerns. And then take your focus into the arms, allowing the arms to feel so heavy. If the arms are resting on the floor, you again feel the earth rising up to hold them gently in place. And you recognize that there's nowhere to go right now anyway. That this is your time. And I want you to see yourself in your mind's eye on your yoga mat. Calm, relaxed, comfortable. This is the package that you were waiting for. You, relaxed. Every moment of our day when we're thinking, this is too much, I need peace, and you're not really sure what that looks like, this is what it looks like. This is that pretty pink package you were expecting, so breathe it in. You're embracing gratitude. Now take your focus to the entire body all at once. Feel that breath move into the entire body and exhale. The entire body sinks and settles. You go deeper into relaxation. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. As you allow the body to grow heavier, I want you to allow your mind to feel light, as though it could float anywhere that you want to take it. And so I'll name a bunch of images or maybe places, and I want you to allow the mind to effortlessly be with each one of those things. However you see it is exactly how it is meant to be seen. A white cloud. A white fluffy cloud. A rain cloud. Rain puddles. Morning dew on rose petals. A meowing cat. The wisp of a cat's tail when it grazes your face. A yellow dandelion. A white dandelion. Touch that softness of the white dandelion and feel the stem in your fingers. Inhale. And as you exhale, blow on the dandelion and watch all the little seeds take off into the air. Imagine each one of those seeds as an intention of yours, a dream, a goal, an aspiration, and you set it free. A waterfall. A waterfall that you're looking at from peaceful distance. A waterfall that you're standing under. Can you feel the water cascading down around your body? your feet immersed in that water. What do they feel underneath them? And then a big, flat, sunny rock. It's warm from the sun, and you lay on it, and you instantly dry from that waterfall. It feels so good. It feels like the sun's rays are massaging your body. Let's go to a mountaintop and look down. What do you see? What do you hear? A forest preserve. A deer in the middle of the forest preserve looking right at you. You make eye contact. You feel at one. A full moon, stars sparkling in a dark sky. The dark sky gradually lightening, turning to shades of gray, to light shades of blue, to a bright blue sky with the sun up above. A hawk flies across the sky above you. A dog barks. You're on a beach. You're on a pier. You're by a huge lake and a small pond. You're holding a crystal. What color is it? You look back up at the sky. A big, fluffy, white cloud. I want you to imagine that it seems like that fluffy white cloud is getting bigger and bigger, but what in fact is happening is that cloud is coming lower and lower towards you, so it appears bigger. I want you to watch that cloud as it comes all the way down to the earth, and it settles right in front of you. And you reach out thinking your hand is going to go right through it, but it doesn't. It feels soft and supportive. And so you climb right up on that cloud and just fall back and settle in. And it is the softest experience. It's comfortable, it's enveloping, it feels safe. And if you want to, you can stay laying back in that cloud, or if you'd rather sit up and peer over its edge, you could do that as well. And the second that you think about the cloud lifting off, it does. And it gently begins to rise back up through the air until you are a comfortable height above the trees. It feels as though the cloud is hovering. But you notice that the second you think about a change, it occurs. And so you think about what would it feel like for the cloud to move, and so it does. And you realize that your thoughts are steering the cloud. You think about all of the places that you could choose for this cloud to take you to. You think about the waterfall you visited, the mountain, the beach, the lake, appear? What about the forest preserve, a forest, a country road, a farm, wherever you want this cloud to take you? All you have to do is think it. So go ahead and think where you'd like to be. And allow that cloud to take you there on the most peaceful trip. As you look over the edge of the cloud, notice that where you wanted to go is right beneath you. It's as though there is no passage of time. You thought it, the cloud moved, and you appeared where you wanted to be. If you would like the cloud to come back down to the ground so you can explore this area you chose, just think it. If you would prefer to stay floating up above it and just look down at the details, you can do that as well. As you look around, I want you to remember that your Upaguru is always right in front of you. So as you take in the details, what are the teachers on your path? What are the messages?